Today's AskReddit post. What's something you're a pro at, but couldn't make a career in? Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Let's get started. I can tell you from which movie or TV show you know that extra from. It's a party trick at this point. Because of my TV show and IMDb obsession and my friends use me as human IMDb, doubt anyone would pay me for this. Similarly, I do this with voices in animated movies/shows. My wife is amazing at this. Bob's Burgers has so many people brought in for just an episode, and she gets it right away. I can almost always tell when it's raining. There's a 30% chance it's already raining. I understood that reference. Morse code. I literally was a professional at it many years ago. Now it's just a hobby. My grandparents met in the Air Force, so they both knew Morse code. They would tap out messages on each other's hands in order to say something secretly or so they wouldn't have to shout in a loud place. My husband is a ham radio operator. He first said I love you by tapping it out in Morse code on my back. I didn't know Morse code at the time, so he had to translate. Dressmaking. I'm 6 feet 1 inch F. And so had to teach myself dressmaking as there were hardly any clothes that would fit when I was young. I can make almost anything, but it takes me ages. It would take me a week to do what a real professional could do in hours. I'm also a pretty proficient seamstress, but could never survive on the wages I've been offered to do so. Same for knitting. OMG, you should sell these, you're so good. Well, would you pay me $300 for it? Because it took me 30 hours, and then I'm still underpaying myself. Crochet lace. I make beautiful shawls and such. If this were the Renaissance, I'd be the richest lass in the village. But alas, these days you can't make a living at it. Sigh. Repairing hydraulic cylinders. I'm fantastic at it and can repair any cylinder you'll bring to me. But there's just too many people around my area that do it, and have been doing it for longer than me, so they have better credibility. Side note, older people don't tend to trust a 27-year-old to fix their poop around here, and that would be 90% of my customer base. Loyalty too. If I've been taking my hydraulic cylinders to Henry for 20 years and he's always done a good job, well, we have a relationship. I'm not going to try out zombie unless I'm in a pinch for time or something. How many hydraulic cylinders do I have? Procrastinating. Well, it isn't called a procrastination. Singing Latin Gregorian chant. I'm the head of my church choir, but outside of that there isn't exactly a mass market. Close bracket. Notating the uppercase M, take my upvote. Playing guitar. I can pretty much play anything I want to, besides the ungodly hard stuff, but for the life of me, I can't write stuff. I'm not creative enough for it. Also, I don't see myself performing well in front of PPL. So you basically can be a studio musician that plays other people's work. That can be a lucrative career path. For various definitions of lucrative, very few studio musicians own their homes. Clogging toilets. Which reminds me, Amazon seems to have incredible delivery time on Metamucil. Ordered a bottle this morning and it's already here before 6 PM. I guess fiber really does get things moving quickly. Music. Multiple degrees. Play as much as I can. Used to tour as a sideman/session player. Now, I work a desk job, pay my mortgage, and still wish I could have made it somehow. A friend of mine went the music route, and also figured out that it can be tough to have a life unless you seriously break out. He went back to school and did an education degree. Now he teaches music and band in a local school, has a good salary and pension, Canadian school system, and still gigs on weekends and summers. Added bonus, the school board will pay him to attend clinics and music seminars. Parallel parking. And here I thought it was eating a dozen eggs. I'll be honest, partner, I think I've hung up my egg-eating boots. Napping. Untying tight knots, or unraveling knotted things like yarn or necklaces. Sorting things into size, color and or shape. Cutting bits of paper or card on the guillotine at work. I find that very therapeutic. Yeah, I'm surprised untying knots doesn't exist as a service, or maybe it's just neglected. Whistling. I can whistle incredibly well, and I developed my own method for it in my childhood that I've been practicing into my 30s, and it lets me whistle incredibly complicated melodies very quickly and accurately. I bet it's a party trick. Legitimately asking, can you teach a child to whistle? Tried teaching my niece when she was 5ish, and it seems like it was difficult when it should be easy. You can give them the basics, but they have to get it. Sometimes it doesn't click. My 25-year-old sister can't whistle. Being confused constantly. You could be a senator or a US president. Being deaf with working ears. My brain legit delays like a broken tablet from 2014. Wait, what? You hear, but delayed? I think they mean more like an ADHD situation where you're listening, but not really processing. So you gotta be like, what was that? What did you say? Sorry, I didn't catch that 5 times. At least that was my interpretation. Sorry if I misread opus. Cross stick. I make some amazing, completely KICKA $ tapestries. They take years to make and no one would pay me hundreds of thousands of dollars for them. My partner does knitting and crochet because she enjoys it. People constantly tell her that she should sell her stuff online. The time it takes to make a blanket would make it cost hundreds of dollars, and there really isn't a market that we have found where it ends up being profitable. So true. My grandmother knits the most gorgeous sweaters with the best wool, but you can't compete with sweaters available at literally every single price point. So she makes and donates them to children's shelters. She lives in the mountains of South America. It's cold. Drawing/painting portraits. I'm good at it, but I also really hate doing commissions. Fuck commissions. Pick a painting I've already done and duck you for having the knack for portraits. No, honestly, just jealous. Scheduling. You could give me the most bad poop set of calendars and I would find a time slot for a 1-2-3 hour meeting at a reasonable time of day. Will anyone hire for such an itch superpower? Not that I've seen. Blowjobs. I don't want to make a career out of it, lol. RIP your inbox. I can smell infections on humans and animals. I can tell if they are internal or external, and they have a very floral smell. I'm very good at it and it sucks. I don't want that job. Geez, that is like a seriously impressive gift. Like a sixth sense. Have you thought about working in the medical vet field? That's a gift right there. Super Smash Bros. I've won local championships, but never something big. I'm too good to play against friends and casual players, and too poopty to make a living out of it. It's a curse really. I feel this one, haha. I'm not even good enough to win locals, but I'm a bit better than *MOSG* of my friends. Limits the fun factor for everyone involved. Definitely. Either I'm bored or they're frustrated. I feel the short end of that stick too, as one of my closest friends is #3 in my state. He'll always be like, Smash? And I'm like, no, you just demolish me and I can't get a single hit in, haha. Now I just tell them to 1v2 with me, so it's a challenge. I recommend it. It's fun as poop for them, and it's great training for me. I actually lose half the time. I typically pick up hobbies until I'm pretty damn good, get bored and move on. The cycle seems that if I'm passionate about doing something I will eventually grow to hate doing it. Hello fellow ADHDer. Beer making. I can have up to 100 gal of homemade beer at my house with zero regulation and party it up with my friends/family. Why would I ruin that? Edit. Adding that you can give away that entire 100 gal and then make another 100 gal right away. There's no time frame. Asterisk. Could you make fruit beer like blueberry or strawberry beer? Geography. I could literally name any country in the world by its outline. I used to play quiz upon my phone for Name the Country and was literally ranked #1 in the world for a time. I miss that game. I was a flag master. Painting Warhammer toys. Personally I prefer to call them dolls or war dollies. Technically I'm a professional scam baiter. I make like $500 MO scamming scammers. Not quite enough to live on though. Create a course on this for $100 slash and sell via Teachable. I would take that course. Pro is short for professional, meaning something you get paid to do. I'm really good at being pedantic, but I couldn't be a career pedant. Yes, but getting paid to do something doesn't necessarily mean you can make a career out of it. This is why you'll never be a professional pedantic. Isn't this 90% of being a lawyer, like a contract specialist? Playing blackjack. I'm just unlucky ASF when it comes to actually gambling. You usually can't beat blackjack, and card counting is overblown by simply using multiple decks and not going through the entire shoe. Overthinking. I'm surprised to see that this comment hasn't been edited multiple times. I'm drafting the revisions in my head. It's a complex process. Give me some time, will you? Empathy. It is very easy for me to understand the person next to me, but alas, that has its own currency. Cold being a therapist. Still can. Just a matter of filling out the forms to submit my papers. I prefer people over paperwork. Shrug. Working with animals. Lots of poop, and it is heartbreaking when they die. Curating music. I had some semi-popular blogs, but they never came close to paying my bills. Anxiety. Rebrand. Risk management. Everything is a risk all the time. Money please. Removing the skin from an apple in one continuous stripe. Crochet. Definitely at the top of my craft, and create artwork style pieces. Selling my work to survive would be a struggle. Event planning. A combination of being detail oriented, creative, good at in the moment problem solving, and empathetic means I can plan a really awesome event. I did do it for a little over 5 years, but what I lack is the stamina and tolerance for bullpoop. I can put anything perfectly level or plumb every time. Exactly zero. I can't make a living hanging pictures and shelves. I work in landscaping and some of our guys can eyeball distance slash slope etc. with amazing accuracy and efficiency. I love cooking for myself, but I hate cooking for other people. In fact, that explains all of my hobbies: cooking, writing, drawing among others. Close bracket. It's the opposite for me lol. Audio engineering, recording studio for music. I started down that path in high school, went to university for it, and had a small studio side gig for a while after. It was the life goal, but I couldn't make it work out to a living. Thankfully my day job was in the graphic design world, and 20+ years on I'm still at it. Playing the drums. Probably could join a band or something, but have no desire to be in the spotlight of any kind. Drummers can stay in the background in a band. I used to be the guy that everyone came to vent and get advice. I can't do that full time though. People get exhausting. I'm an expert at picking the cue that will move the slowest regardless of length. Not moving for days. Finding my way through crowds. I have superhuman ability to assess movement and space to find opportunity. I fly through airports, concerts, whatever. No money in it though. Music. I can write and play several instruments, and I do it as a side hustle, but there's no way to make a career out of it in the US without a huge amount of luck. If I lived anywhere else in the world, sure, but gigs don't pay health insurance. Cunnilingus. Suya you expert intercourse haver. It's okay, just keep at it, you'll get there. Try listening to feedback from her, it could help, she'll tell you what she likes. I can hacky sack. So good. Finding things slash knowing where things are, almost photographically. Bro, you actually watched the whole video. I'd give you a high five if I was a human. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.